Hello, my PC students. This assignment is now going to work with a spreadsheet, and once again you're going to calculate revenue, calculate expenses, and net income. And remember, revenue minus expenses gives you net income. So let's go to File and go to Open, go to Browse, and we want to go to your Classes drive. Go to PC and go to Teaching Documents and open up the one called SGL. So open up that file, and the first thing we want to do is go to View, Zoom, and put in 140. And now we want to save it, so we want to go to File, Save As, and now go to Browse, and you want to go to your U drive. So go to your U drive, go to your Print.com folder, and go to Excel. Alright, click in the file name box, press Home, type in your name, and use the current date for you. Alright, and press Enter. So first thing it says to you, it says open the sheet called SGL, which we did, and now highlight the total spreadsheet. So we're going to click in cell A1, Control Shift End. So now is the whole sheet highlighted? Yes. And what does it say? It says move it to sheet 2. And I tell you in big bold letters, use your cut and paste. So cut, remember, is Control X because X looks like a scissors. Alright. And now go to sheet 2. Click on sheet 2. You're in cell A1. And go Control V as in Victor to paste it. So now if you go back to sheet 1, there's nothing there. If you go to sheet 2, you've got everything. So let's go to View, Zoom, and we'll put this up to 140. Alright, and say OK. Alright, so now it says make sure you are in sheet 1. Okay, so click on sheet 1, click in cell A1, save your work. And it says to you in cell A4, alright, so go to cell A4, type in file name. So you're going to type in file name, and then it says press enter, and then in cell B4, hold on here, B4, so make sure you're in cell B4, put in SGL, that's the file name, and then it says click in cell A5 and type in created, and put in a colon, and this time press your right arrow so that you're in B5, and now put in your name. So I'll put in my name, Lee Mansell, press enter, and now go back to cell A6. Are you in cell A6? Put in date. Alright, and date had a colon on it, yes it did, and press your right arrow. And now we want to put the date in so we don't have to key it in. So we're going to go to equals today. And open your parentheses, close your parentheses. With Excel, when Excel puts the date in, every date has a number. January 1st, 1900 was day 1. Alright, so that's how you can do so many calculations with your number. So put in equals today, and there it gives you October 1st, which is the date for me. You'll have a different date because you'll be doing it on a different time. Alright, now come down and go to cell A8. So in cell A8, I want you to type in purpose, P-U-R-P-O-S-E, put in your colon, and now press your right arrow, and you should be in cell B8. Alright, and type this notebook. Oh, I want to put a capital letter on this. Okay, so this notebook will be used by SGL regional managers to report quarterly income. Period. So don't forget your period. Oh, I see it's not there. Oh no, it is. I missed part of it. Income. And now, once you've got income in, and I got two A's here, so I got to correct that. Quarterly income, click back in cell. No, I think you can go all the way. I'm going to say here, go ahead. Income and expense information. Period. All right, now we want to go to A10. So go to A10 and put in contents. C-O-N-T-E-N-T-S. And put in contents. And now go to B10 and put in sheet 1. And now go to, oh, just a minute, I think I'm in a state. B10, yeah, I'm in B10, sheet 1, and then go to C10 and key in notebook documentation. Notebook documentation. All right, and now go to cell B11 and put in sheet 2, and then go to cell C11 and type income and expense report spreadsheet. And press enter. Okay, so now this is our documentation sheet. I want you to come down here to sheet 1 and we're going to name it documentation. Okay? And press enter. And for sheet 2, we'll double click on it and call it report. And press enter. Oh. Okay, so we have our documentation sheet and we have our report sheet. Now it asks us to copy the headings from sheet 2. Okay, so we're going to copy the headings from sheet 2. So let's go here to sheet 2 and select the 2 headings. Go Control C, and now we'll go back to the documentation sheet and go Control V so that we've got the 2 headings there. All right, so that's what we want. So now this time what we want to do is, now we can put our grouping on here because in documentation we have the same headings as on the report sheet. So click on documentation, hold down your shift key and click on the report sheet, and now you should see your group. So what we want to do is we want to click in cell A1, hold down our shift key and click, this is going to go to about K. So let's click on K and go to merge and center, but I realize that I shouldn't have my group on, so I'm going to take it off because I'll show you. Go to documentation. Now if I go to report, the longest part that we have is percent. So here I want to be here in cell A1, hold down your shift key and click in cell G1, and now we want to go to home, the home tab, merge and center. Alright, so let's make it about size 20, and you can choose any color you want. Any fill color is great, something light, and let's drag this down. Okay, and now go to center and center it here, and we want to merge and center this, so therefore I've got that centered, and maybe I won't put any shading or any sizing on it. Maybe I could make it about size 14. Alright, so now let's go to documentation, and we can see, now you can see that this should be merged and centered over here, and I used size 16, I used orange, and I used this color here, and I dragged it down and I put your centering on. And on this one we want to merge it over here, merge and center, and I made it size 14 and I didn't do anything else with that. Alright, go Control S to save, and now we'll go back to your report sheet And first of all, you see quarter 1, so you're going to type in quarter 1, and now press enter, and then grab your fill handle and drag it across so that it says quarter 1, quarter 2, quarter 3, quarter 4. All right, we want to have the revenue, the total revenue year to date, and the total revenue. So click in cell B7, hold down your shift key, and click in cell F9. And what do? Alt equals. All right. Now your expenses for rent and salaries are the same. So you've got a pattern, you're just going to drag it across. The rent didn't change, the salaries didn't change. But now we want to add it up. So we click in cell B12, hold down your shift key, and click blank row, blank column, alt equals. And there's your expenses totaled. What's your net income? Equals your revenue minus your expenses. All right, revenue minus expenses is net income, and drag it across. All right, let's go Control S to save. Now your percent. What percent is your consulting revenue? So equals what percent is your consulting revenue as compared to the total revenue, and the total revenue has to be absolute. All right, press enter, grab your fill handle and drag down. So you can see that your consulting revenue is almost 91%, whereas your training is only 9%. All right, your expenses. What percent is your rent as compared to means divide by your total expenses, and your total expenses must be F4. All right, grab your fill handle and drag down, and there's nothing for us to do with net income. All right, so we're going to stop here. That basically gives you all the calculations. You can do any other formatting. So when you print this out, you're going to have a documentation sheet and a report sheet. All right, go Control S to save, and we'll stop here.